If we could just start by you kind of telling about what role you play in this film and then a little bit about the film.
Sure, I play the role of Elliot, and he's a character who has difficulty opening up in his relationships, and he has difficulty with his mother, who decides to surprise him one day and asks to live with him for a while, and it's about our journey discovering, reconnecting with each other and working through whatever issues we have.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Well, you have such an interesting character that you play. How did you channel your specific character in this film?
Well, I think my character's biggest issue is just an inability to express himself and open up, especially in a love relationship. And I definitely had problems doing that, especially in high school and college. I think it comes from a place of just not feeling good enough. You know, like feeling like whatever you reveal and open up about yourself is going to be rejected, and they're not gonna want to be with you anymore. Ultimately, I guess so. I definitely related to that. For sure.
Did that inspire you to take on this role when you auditioned? And you knew it would cross a barrier for you?
Well, I mean, what inspired me was the story and David Au. I immediately clicked with him. We did the short film of this movie like over 10 years ago, and we've been really good friends ever since. Just off outside of the business. So I was immediately attracted to David, and God bless him for casting me in this movie, in the short, and then hanging on to his cast, afterwards. So I'm really thankful to but that's ultimately what drew me, is David and the story.
Yeah, with that being said, you all seem very close as a cast and crew.
Yeah, it's definitely a family environment. Well, I think with any independent film, you become a family really quick, because you're not being pampered, and you're not all isolated in your own trailers. You're all just, sweating like I'm sweating now, like just out there with everybody else, just trying to get through it, trying to find a way to finish. So.
Would you say that's one of the biggest differences between working on an independent film and other films?
Absolutely. I mean, when I do anything that's got a big budget, you're just in your trailer most of the time. You can go to set if you want, but most of the time you're by yourself, just really chill. So there's not as much opportunity to bond like there is with independent film.
What message would you like people to take away from this film?
I think it's never too late, because it's something I think about with my relationships with my family. So, like with the older generation, sometimes I feel like, they're never going to change. I'm never going to get along with them. They're always going to look at me this way, and I'll look at them that way. But I think this movie will shed a little light on whether that's possible to change or not. So that's yeah.
One last question.
Sure.
You worked with Elliot for the festival. What are your experiences thus far?
Being a part of the festival? Well, this is actually my first screening here, but I mean, I've heard amazing things, and we're so honored to be here. I can't wait to take more advantage of it and see what it has to offer, but I've only heard great things.